And here, okay. Here's that one. Okay. We're gonna give a save here. I'm hurt. No, you aren't. Something, anything. I should talk to her about Naomi. Okay, so we have to be indirect. So how's everything going? How's everything going? Oh, you know how it is. It's been so quiet ever since Naomi and Cassandra left. Victoria bows her head and bites back her tears. Every time their disappearance is brought back up, it's like a fresh sting of pain in her heart. But she has to keep going in this path. Really? You haven't seen anything? Mrs. Chow reaches forward and places one gnarled yet gentle hand on Victoria's own hand. I really wish I had, dear. Believe me, I do. Unfortunately, no. I'm not exactly a nosy type of person, but when you live so close to someone's house, you can't help but look. That's wrong. That shouldn't be right. Oh, I'm sorry to bring this all up, but just one more question. Of course, what is it? Victoria doesn't even care if Mrs. Chow is acting like she's wrought with grief, and it's her job to humor her. She didn't even, you didn't even see their car in the driveway or anything? No, I wish. I understand why, though. Even if they came back, I'm sure the accident would still be fresh for them. Shit. I'm not bullying Dora! Thank you for telling me. It's not a problem, dear. Bag it all up. Then where's Naomi staying? You'd think she went home. If they went to a nearby hotel, word would get out quick. I'm not bullying Dora one bit. I'm getting her to use my emotes more. It doesn't make sense. Victoria, dear, can I ask you a favor? Yeah, about the cat. You're a good child. Wait, what did it say? Oh, yeah, same thing for before. Whoops. Okay. I'm not being. What the hell? Hi, Vic. La 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 la. Okay, now what'd she say? Share the little. Yeah, indirect again. Wish I could see her again. Yeah, me too. Sometimes I look out my window in the morning and I think I see her in the streets. Really? Victoria sets down the can of strawberry lemonade flavored soda with a little too much fervor and meets Yukino's gaze. She's a little shorter than Victoria, always has been. Why would you do emote only? It happened earlier this morning too. I thought I was dreaming, but she looked right at me and smiled before she left. You're sure it was her? You're sure? Not fully sure, but she held herself the way Naomi always did. So she saw someone that looked like Naomi, at least. What does it mean? Oh my god. Funny thing is, emote only wasn't even on. You guys are just falling into it. Haha! You're falling right into my trap! Their conversation ends soon afterwards. Price for plays up 20. Stay safe, alright? Okay. Just watch. Okay. Hidden one. I love that emote so much. Victoria! Oh yeah, the plastic bar. Okay. Okay, so this is what happened last time when we got our dead end. Let's see if it's the same thing or not. Let's see what happens. Rocks? I'm thinking a body. Victoria! Victoria jolts to the back. She rolls around. Expression in the face is... It's angry. The fuck? Why is she angry now? What the hell are you telling people about me? I didn't say anything. I was just... I thought you promised you wouldn't tell anyone I was here. Why are you asking everyone all these questions? Yeah, I heard. You are not subtle. Do you not trust me? You think I'm screwed up in the head and you start talking behind my back? I thought you were my friend. Luke, please, I'm just worried about you is all. You're not acting like yourself. What am I supposed to make of all this, huh? No, don't say anything yet. I want you to put yourself in my shoes and look at it from my point of view. You show up after 6 damn months of nothing, you act like nothing's wrong, and then tell me you're gonna leave again in a week, and no one's really seen you, your mom, even your car, and you want me to sit here and take it? Naomi, you worried us all sick. Stop making me act like I'm perfectly okay with all this, because I'm not. I can't be okay with all this. Anyone would start asking around. What was I supposed to do, huh? I tried to ask you what was wrong, but you kept saying, I'm fine, nothing is wrong, stop bothering me about it. But it bothers me. It bothers me. And you know why? Because you're my best friend in this whole stupid world, and I care so much about you. Fine. Okay. I can fix that. Huh? Victoria couldn't describe Naomi's expression even if she tried. No, you're right. It's wrong of me to bother you like this. I don't want to see you anymore, okay? Wait, Lou, what are you talking about? This isn't what I wanted. We'll never see each other again. I promise. I won't bother you anymore. Lou, wait, I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to completely cut me off. I just want to know why you're... Goodbye, Victoria. There isn't a hint of spite in her voice. All she can hear is a dull emptiness. Maybe that makes the stabs of pain in Victoria's heart even harder to swallow. It would have been easier if Naomi screamed at her, said she was a piece of shit and an awful friend, but she didn't. She's so calm. You should go. Your mother's going to be looking for you soon. And with that, she turns around and starts to leave. Victoria gets up to follow her and asks why she's doing this, but stops. No, it's better if I don't. I'll make it worse. Damn, we got another bad end, I think. So that's it? We're gonna say our goodbyes and part like this? Yes. Baby Jill gone. She doesn't even glance over her shoulder at Victoria, and that perhaps is the worst part of it all. How easily Naomi was able to touch their friendship like it was, torch their friendship like it was nothing. Victoria falls silent. If this had been any other situation, she would have said goodbye or see you later. Anything to break the silence. But this time, she does the same as Naomi. She simply turns and shuffles back to the door she came from, entering the store while staring out at the filthy alleyway. It's not fair, that's what it is. It's unfair that Naomi gets to show up after half a year of no closure, act like she's changed, and then get to sever her friendship with Victoria permanently. It's not fair that she can't do anything to help her or save her. And it's not fair that Victoria can't tell anyone about this. It's just not fair. Ah! With a scream that is born out of pure frustration and sorrow, she slams the metal door shut as hard as she could. Victoria narrowly avoids being smashed in the forehead as it bounces back and opens up again. Sighing deep, she leans in to actually close it this time. How fortunate she was, she'd later realize. Had she shut the door right the first time, she would have never seen a glimpse of the truth. Naomi? The girl has her back turned to Victoria, and part of her body is hidden by the corner of the alleyway. Despite that, Victoria's eyes widen as she plucks something off her face and hurls it onto the ground. Naomi lurches forward and shivers, and violently, Victoria realizes it's the kind of shiver that engulfs someone's entire body. In her horror, she watches as Naomi's body ripples and extends, as if her very flesh was being warped from the inside out. It takes everything Victoria has in her not to scream. Okay, awesome. The process is almost instant. If she had blinked, she would have missed it. Soon enough, she straightens back up, and the person that was once Naomi no longer stood there. Instead, Victoria saw a man in his 30s with short hair slicked back and stands about almost a foot taller than Naomi. What? The man, none the wiser of his audience, simply turns the corner and leaves, making sure to step where he had thrown the unknown item. Is she dreaming? She has to be. It's the only way Victoria can explain what she saw. There's no normal, no human explanation otherwise. People don't just do that. Maybe it's stupid of her to do so, but before she can stop herself, Victoria rushes back out of the alleyway, eyes wide and whipping her head left to right to catch sight of the man. The streets are moderately full during the late evening hours, and wherever he is, she can't see. It doesn't make sense. Nothing she saw made sense. Victoria stops in her tracks at the sound of plastic crunching fills her ears. Glancing down, she lifts her shoe. A deep horror shoots through her veins when she realizes the thing Naomi peeled off her face were colored contact lenses? Cracked blue contact lenses greet her eyes as she drops to her knees, staring in horror. Pieces of a once unknown story are clicking together in her head. No matter how much she doesn't want to believe it, the conclusion that Victoria comes to screams in her mind louder than can be drowned out. You weren't Naomi. Act 2. Something is wrong with Victoria Huang. Okay, we got to Act 2! Yes!
Emotional, damn it!
Oh, thank God. Okay, we... Day 3. I thought we were going to get another bad end. How could she have been so blind? Yeah. It saved automatically, but I'll save again. Of course Naomi's behavior felt off. It wasn't her. It never was, not since she reappeared. With her newfound revelation, Victoria strides downstairs with her head held high. It's so stupid to think, but an inkling of a twisted thought is brewing in her mind. A clumsy, clawing thought that maybe, just maybe, the explanation wasn't human. I thought so too, Falcon, but yeah, like a shapeshifter. Did I not say skinwalker? Victoria's not stupid, though. There's no way in hell that anyone would take her seriously if she showed up and said, I think my best friend got replaced by a body snatcher. Today is a day to be subtler in her prodding, she thinks as she hops over the counter. Morning, Ma. Oh, look at you, 2 days in a row. You should have been this punctual already, but it's better late than never. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Yoon. Seriously? Why not, Kia? Oh, good morning, Victoria. He waves gently at her before turning back towards Ma and continuing his conversation in Mandarin. I don't know why either. I was just saying we should probably look into getting the cameras checked out or replacing them. It's like these stupid lights. The quality of everything has turned to crap, I tell you. I'm not denying it. All I'm saying is that a few of the cameras cut out and show static for 3 days in a row now, and we need to look into it. Mm-hmm. I'll look around for better security cameras today. As Ma starts to unlock the doors, Benjamin hurries down the stairs and tightens the strings on his apron. You all good? You seemed out of it last night. Okay, we have to be... okay, we saved already, but I'll save again. Like, what do you mean, Kia? We'll be subtle. Just had a lot on my mind. Oh. I thought it was like I was saying something I shouldn't be saying. Like, oh God. Look, I'm the bitch that would say Macbeth during a school play. I'm the guy that's like, you know, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. I was born on Halloween Day. There's an aura of protection when it comes to supernatural entities in me. We have an understanding. God damn it, Keith! No! Well, I'm sleeping with the lights on now. Hollow Hawk. God damn it, Dora. Look. A spirit once saved my life. Did I never tell you guys that? It's a true story. A ghost saved my life. If there really was a ghost. I don't know. I'll tell you the story another day. What about? Okay, white guy. Kia. It's a long story. You want to talk about it? What can I say? Not really. It's something I want to work through myself. Oh, hiccups. All right. Oh, basically, I was up in our rafters at the school, in high school. We had like a catwalk across the top over the bleacher, like the you know, where the auditorium or where the people sit, the chairs and stuff. I can't think of the name for it right now. Anyway, there's like little like on the catwalk, there's these two little kind of things that you sit down in, and there's lights there that you can direct. Someone could sit in there and actually direct the lights manually. Rafters. Well, not really rafters, but there was literally a catwalk over the chairs. Anyway, I'm in one and I'm adjusting a light. I'm like changing the color or bulb or something. I can't remember exactly what I was doing. Anyway, on these, there's a chain across the back that makes it so you can't fall through the back of them, okay? And the reason there's a chain there is because, you know, if, like whoever, if they get a ladder, they could go up there and they can adjust it. Because normally you get to these from the catwalk, so you get down into it, you sit down and you do your thing. Anyway, I pull on something, enough to like actually fall back and my back hits the chain. I'm like, oh, God, thank God that was there. So I finish what I'm doing, I get up, I look down, there was no chain. The chain was off. I'm not even joking. That was my brush with death. So I don't know if I just thought I felt the chain and whatever, but there was a rumor, and it was never substantiated, that there was a kid that fell from the rafters onto the seats below and died. And it was Johnny the Ghost. I don't know if that actually happened or if it was just a story, because every theater has a ghost, quote unquote. But God said you're gonna marry a Canadian, so help us, Kia. But Johnny the Ghost, that was his name. To this day, Johnny the Ghost, he saved me. So that's my whole thing. And that's why I fear no supernatural entity. We're cool. Phoenix, no! This child needs to live to become a degenerate. Fuck. Anyway, back to the game. All right. Oh, wrong thing. Another day of badgering people about my best friend. What's something? I know. Yeah, it was nice knowing you all. Now that I spoke it aloud, the magic is gone. When Yukino shuffles up to the counter, Victoria can't help but notice the tired look behind her glasses. Kia. Hey, Yuki, everything okay? Huh, oh, yeah, of course, don't worry. Yukino's chuckle sounded forced as she pushes over a six-pack of energy drinks and a large handful of padlocks. The summer classes kept me up, that's all. You know, homework and all. Victoria nods downward once she twists the six-pack around to find the barcode. Yeah, indirect is the way to go, it seems like. Like, that's the way to do this. What's with the padlocks? Huh? Did something happen? She gestures at all the padlocks that litter the counter, each of which individually wrapped in plastic clamshell packaging. Victoria takes a brief mental count of them all. The realization that Yukino had gotten all the locks on his shelves comes soon after. No. Our A-team. It would have been a game. I would have made a game. I actually have an idea for... I'm not telling you guys anything, though, because you can never know it's me. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but it's kind of a lot. More than someone would need for replacing a broken one. Phoenix! The milk... What?! No! Please don't tell anyone else, but... Now she has Victoria's attention. Yukino leans in and lowers her voice. Last night, at like 3-ish in the morning, my dad heard the worst noise coming from the living room. When he went to investigate, he saw a hand opening our window and reaching in, but it didn't look human. I'll know where it came from, Wolfie. What? A wide-eyed stare is shared between both girls. True. You didn't have to, Kia. His fingers were so long, and my dad said it looked like it was covered in scales. I know it was dark, and we didn't have time to turn the light on, but I saw it too. He didn't know I was getting a drink when he came out to investigate, and I saw it. You don't have to give this to me. God, Yuki, that's terrifying. Saw a dragon. It could be almond. Yeah, we're gonna milk the almond. Yep, just milk that little almond. None of us could sleep after After that, he sent me to get the locks, because we're going to put them on all of our windows and doors. Yeah, that's smart. I should hurry up, actually. He doesn't want he doesn't want anyone to stay out for too long. I don't need a bag. I'll be fine. Sure. Hey, Yuki? If anyone in your family starts acting weird or like they're not themselves, tell someone, anyone. I don't know, I'm spitballing, but we're kind of having problems of our own, and I don't want you to get hurt. Thank you. I'll remember that. Please stay safe. Yukino gathers all the locks and drinks in her arms. With a hurried shout, she keeps the change. She rushes out to keep the change as she rushes out the doors to the sidewalk. Little tum and nipples. God. You guys are degenerates. Hey, Ivan. How's it going? She grins large and wide, pulling her uniform's collar a little tighter and cleaner as Ivan walks through the doors. Oh, you know, thought I'd swing in for some drinks after practice today. Really? That's great. This is for a competition, or so you just don't get rusty? Little both, I guess. He shrugs and smiles at her. She returns the gesture. I never was claimed that one. I'm a saint. Oh, middies, no! Ever since she was 13 or so, Victoria's had the biggest crush on Ivan. And how could she not, anyway? Ivan's pretty much got it all. Good looks, sweet, hilarious, smart. And he's great at sports. I would have made a dirty joke there, but they're 15! So, all clean. Kia. You, honestly, I'll say you've got the biggest balls of anyone I know. It's almost unfair. How could someone have it all? Ivan pulls a bunch of drinks and other snacks onto the table. Victoria gets to work scanning them all, feeling mildly self-conscious about the fact she can instantly pick out what's his favorite and what's for his friends. Do you know anything about shapeshifting? How's everything going lately? So, how's everything going lately? She figures it'd probably be a really bad idea to make herself look like a blithering idiot in front of Ivan, of all people. So being subtle looks like it's the best choice this time around. Oh, you know, same as usual. He launches into an admittedly long-winded explanation of how his past few weeks have been. It's nothing that she wouldn't really count as interesting. The most that perks Victoria's intrigue was how he met up with a classmate a few days ago, but her shoulders dropped when she realized he's not talking about Naomi. It's only after he finishes his whole monologue that she comes to the realization that, no, unfortunately, Ivan knows nothing that could help her. Whether that's a Naomi sighting or seeing something that Victoria knows he shouldn't have, there's nothing that could help. Oh well, it was worth asking. Be seeing ya. You too. Nose is so itchy today. Hello, Victoria. Victoria looks up and opens her mouth to go through the usual spiel of, hey, welcome to Huang's convenience store. Did you find everything you need? But... hi. Standing in front of Victoria is a woman she has never seen before. A woman that is truly, unequivocally, and undeniably beautiful. Soft black hair that curls upwards in flipped ends frames her face in a way that should draw attention to the gentle smile that adorns her expression. Dark freckles splash her tan face like stars in a night sky. Trinkets! And her eyes. Is everything okay? Yeah, of course. Sorry, Bridge Creek is a bit of a small town. What's your name? Oh, I see. My name is Elaine. Elaine's sweet nature seems to put her at ease, but Victoria still finds herself blushing and stumbling over her words. The bisexual day 3 lives for another run. First time here? Yes, it is. Benjamin told me all about you. You're Victoria, yes? Yeah, that's me, Victoria Huang. If I'm mispronouncing anything, correct me immediately, please. I'm trying, though. You can call me Vic, though. Benjamin's my brother. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. It's nice to meet you, too. Elaine didn't have much up on the counter, just an energy drink and a few cans of what looked like soup. Victoria starts to scan them in. What brought you to Bridge Creek? We don't really have any major events this time of year. I mean, our Lunar New Year celebrations are in January or February, so we don't get many visitors till then. I ended up here last night, after my dirt bike broke down in the middle of the road. I'm lucky I was able to walk here. Yikes. Well, I'm glad you're all right, at least. You brought it to our mechanic shop, right? Oh, yes, I did. They were nothing short of polite to me. Great. Us guys work super fast. You'll be back on the road in no time. That's wonderful to hear. Victoria finishes up with the pork buns and reaches for the energy drink. She has enough time for one more question before Elaine's transaction is finished. It is best to make it count. Where are you staying? Where are you going? Where were you going? Where were you going? Well, I was making my way to the next state over. I'm hoping to see the world, or at least every state in the country, one day. The way Victoria's eyes light up is noticeable to anyone. Wow, that's amazing! You know, I hope I get to travel the world one day, too. That's a dream of mine since I was small, I think. My best friend and I always promised that we'd grow up and travel the world together. Welcome back, Crazy. Hey, Inazuma, how you doing? What's it like? Is it fun? I've always been alone in my travels. It's very freeing, but it can get quite lonely at times. I feel lucky enough to be able to do this entirely by myself. I suppose I'm hoping to understand myself a little bit more along the way. Nice. Yeah, I get that. This is going to be our big thing, you know? Oh, what happened? You speak of her in the past tense. It's a long story. Oh, I won't pry. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, here's your total. Elaine, do you need any help carrying your bags? I can bring it to your motel room. Benjamin, you goddamn simp! Don't worry, Benji. I'm much stronger than I look. Don't trouble yourself one bit. Take care. You too, Victoria. Elaine takes the plastic bag in one hand and gives Victoria a warm and sweet smile. When she waves goodbye to both siblings, Victoria can see the freckles that are scattered across her face, that are scattered across the back of her hands. Wow. Do you think she's single? Benji. In all honesty, she can't blame him. Even Victoria was entranced by Elaine's mere presence. Something about Elaine draws the attention of everyone nearby. Maybe Victoria's asking the same question. Wolfie! Shut up. So what's with the uneasy pit in her stomach? It feels too convenient. I think she's next. But why would this thing go for Elaine? Did it bring her here for something? It doesn't make sense. What does she have that it wants? Should I have warned her? What if she gets hurt by it? Why would it want to? I mean, that's a good goal. Victoria looks up at the ceiling. Oh shit! What the hell? It's the third time already. Come on, go start up the generator. If Mom comes back and the power's still off, she'll be pissed. I know. Grumbling to herself, Victoria leaps over the counter and shuffles over to the storage room's door. It used to be a basement, but when the building became the Huang convenience store generations ago, it was turned into a storage room, which also ended up being where they put the backup generator. Victoria never liked going to start up the generator by herself. The supply closet where the gasoline cans are locked from the outside, and ever since she was little, she had a nasty fear of getting trapped in there. There's nothing wrong with the storage room. It's a room she's been down hundreds of times before. And yet... Hey, Benji? Yeah? Can you come downstairs with me? Sure. What's wrong? Nothing. I just don't want to go down alone. Yeah, sure. Come here. Get behind me. Thanks. With that, the two of them advance down the stairs, one creaky metal step at a time. Victoria glances down at the floor, catching a glimpse of Benji's left hand turning a small golden lighter over and over again. He always liked to fidget with it when he was nervous or excited. Victoria couldn't tell if he liked it as a joke or legitimately. Benjamin had won it at a town fair a few years ago, and since then he's always called it his lucky lighter. In dead silence, Victoria clicks the flashlight option and holds up her phone. A beam of white light illuminates the path directly in front of them, but the rest of the storage room is devoured within the darkness. Go get the gas cans. I'll screw with the generator. Her black shoes hit the concrete floor finally, and she hurries off to the storage closet. Benjamin heads in the opposite direction. When Victoria's senses adjust to the change in environment, the first thing she notices is a foul stench in the air. Holding back a dry heave, Victoria yanks the closet's door and props it open with her back. Hey, did something go bad down here? Huh? Can't you smell it? It smells horrific over here. No? Vic, it just smells like gas to me. She heaves the metal red can up in one arm. The odor is sour. It's sharp on her nostrils and thick on her tongue. It doesn't smell rotten. Victoria knows what rotting meat smells like. Seriously, take a whiff, it's... She stops dead in her tracks. Blood and wet flesh litters the ground. Benji? Benji, come here. With shaky knees and weakened arms, Victoria takes a step backwards and does her best to let her flashlight follow the path of blood. The loud clang of the gas can hitting the ground feels foreign to her ears, not realizing she let go of it in her uncertainty. What's the matter? Oh my god. She doesn't notice herself hiding behind Benjamin until she's already grabbing onto the back of his apron and peering out from behind his arm. Even from here, she can see the blood makes a long, winding path that turns a corner behind some boxes. I'm not going back there. Are you? Absolutely not. Vic, back up. Unsure of why his demeanor changed on a dime, but not wanting to question it, Victoria follows along without hesitation. Benjamin finally flicks his phone's flashlight on and holds it in front of himself, squinting behind his glasses. Following the direction he's pointing the flame at, it's lighter, Victoria aims her phone's flashlight up and to the right. A white tail with black spots is curled motionless in a pool of blood. It's the cat! Holy shit! It's only after Benjamin drops his light that Victoria realizes he's the one who's screaming wordlessly. Oh god, oh god, oh god! Pungent wafts of death overwhelm the senses. Benjamin doubles over and trembles with nausea. Clapping a hand over her mouth, Victoria scrambles back up to her feet. When does she fall and grabs her phone? Come on, let's go! Reaching up and yanking Benjamin back collar to snap him out of it, Victoria darts towards the staircase. What happened to Mimi? Why was she down there? When both siblings make it back up the stairs and slam the door shut, they're greeted by Yun. Hey, what happened? I heard screaming. There's a dead cat in the storage room. What? Something tore her apart. There's blood everywhere. Yun sucks in a breath through his teeth and swings the door open. Only when the corners of her vision start to darken and fill with fuzz does Victoria remember to stop hyperventilating. She sinks down to the floor with her back pressed against the wall, staring at her quivering hands. That was a warning. That was for me. Somehow, she knew. While she doesn't know everything, how it got into the store without anyone noticing, when it got Mimi, when it put the body down there, Victoria knows what it means. Keep quiet, or this will be you. Day 4. All three had unanimously decided to keep quiet about the cat once Yoon disposed of it. Telling Ma would only set her off into a downward spiral of worries and fears. Victoria understood, she really did. If word got out that there was a flayed and maimed animal corpse in their storage facility, there'd be at least 3 calls to the health inspector before Esther could tell the quilting club. But that didn't stop them from talking about it behind her back. The question that Benjamin and Yoon floated to one another for the rest of the night was obvious. What the hell killed poor Mimi? It wasn't the wildlife, they agreed. Nothing could have done something that horrific. Even if Victoria knew the truth, she didn't have any other choice but to keep her mouth shut. No one would believe her anyway. Sleeping didn't come easy that night. Whenever she closed her eyes, she had harrowing thoughts about the creature beyond this world tearing into Mimi and sending Victoria a threat. He's a family friend who works as security in the store. So she keeps silent, doesn't tell a soul except for Benjamin and Yoon, and goes straight to work that morning. It gnaws at her brain, but she tries her best not to let it show on her face. What's with you? Nothing. You've been quiet all morning. Trying to take my job seriously is all. Suit yourself. Victoria nods along. She has more important things to think about anyway. I need to save. Oh, it's saved on night, but I'm gonna still save. Haha. God damn. Victoria looks up and waves gently to Jinghao. When Victoria gets a good look at Jinghao's expression, she can't help but cringe in sympathy. You good? You want the nice answer or the honest answer? Either works. Either works, I guess. Which one are you the most comfortable with? You know what? You probably got a lot on your plate right now. I won't trouble you. Oh, you know what? Nope, I want to know. Fuck it. I'm gonna be a... That was not what I wanted. Direct. Honest answer. No holds barred. Shit got worse. Nearly everyone's cars have been tampered with at this point. Brakes, engines, pretty much everything you think of got screwed with. Hell, Ms. Lowe came in and said her car had been keyed as hell, but there aren't any key marks. Oh, those ain't key marks. It's like some lion clawed into the door. Oh no. Yeah, we're trying to get everyone done as quick as we can. It's manageable, but a lot. Oh, I totally get that. I won't keep you waiting then. Victoria thinks about asking Jinghong about Elaine's bike, but figures it'd be best not to mention it. He's already got a lot on his plate today. Well, I hope everything turns out okay. Me too. Wait. Okay, new theory! New theory! Okay? Elaine is the killer. Naomi actually is maybe good. No, now I'm just thinking of how I would write it. No, never mind. Okay, let's just see what happens. Victoria sighs. What's happening to this town? She shakes her head and tries to do her best to pull herself together in time for the next customer. Whoops. I know, right, Phoenix? Oh, great. Hold the applause, everyone. It's your favorite girl. Make sure to point her out to me if you see her. Hey! Every fiber of her body starts to eternally scream as Esther starts to grab a few bags of candy again and places them on the counter. Yeah, we're still pushing. See anything spooky happen? Seen anything spooky happen lately? Oh boy, I'm glad you asked. Wait, no wait. So you remember when I said the other day that radio was acting all weird? Like when the radio turned on, I kept playing total static no matter where I turned to. I mean, we're swinging the knob around like it was a maraca or something. Anyway, the point is I'm leaning in the this thing. Maybe it's because I'm actually getting channels over and over again. The next thing I knew, everything was clear. Did that help any? Good thing there's a history. Yeah, and you're hearing the static? She is here. Ooh. Yeah, okay, sure, that's great. Anyway, your total's here. Cool. Glad you can get some use out of that. Victoria stares at the wall behind Esther to try and gather her mental energy back after getting her ear talked off. Once again, Victoria exhales deeply and shakes her head. Hello again, Victoria. Benjamin. Oh, hey! Back already? Yes, I'm stocking up for my return to the road. It won't be for a few days, but it can't hurt to be prepared, right? Yeah, that makes sense. How's Bridge Creek treating you? It's a very nice town. Getting around from place to place has been quite convenient, and the residents really have been so friendly. That's great. Like I said yesterday, we don't really get that many visitors, so we try to be nice when we do. As Victoria starts to scan Lane's items, the gnawing feeling of worry starts to creep its tendrils into her mind again. Something feels wrong. The mechanic shop usually gets things fixed super quick. Elaine herself had said that it wasn't anything major, so it's the kind of thing that should have been done by now. Right? Maybe something had its claws in this situation. How's the bike doing? It's okay. Repairs are going to be a bit slower than expected, though. Elaine looks away and toys at the edge of her jacket sleeve. Huh, that's weird. Those guys were quick. What issues did you say the bike was having again? Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming her or anything. I'm just curious. Elaine turns her head the slightest towards Benjamin. Victoria does the same. It doesn't look like he's paying attention to either of them. Instead, very much focused on scrubbing down a shelf with bright blue juice spilled across it. When she's confident no one else is listening, Elaine turns back and lowers her voice. Actually, when I went to ask about my dirt bike this morning, the man who was working on it said that someone had tampered with it. Tampered? Yes. He let me have a look, and it looked as if it had been hit by a truck. I really don't want to leave without it, but at the same time, I can't help but wonder what could have happened. You know Bridge Creek better than I do. Have there been instances of purposeful tampering or general ruckus? No, never. Nausea curls in the darkest pits of her stomach. Is it her place to warn Elaine? Maybe this could all be explained away by something else. I hope everything works out in the end. I hope so too. Besides, she's only known Elaine for 2 days max now. No use freaking out a literal stranger. But she's still so worried. Victoria tells Elaine her total. The woman's slender fingers are swift at pulling out the exact amount needed from a worn-out wet leather wallet. I almost forgot to ask. Do you sell anything with meat in it? The type of meat itself doesn't really matter to me. It could be chicken, pork, beef, or anything else. We have some bao with char siu, pork belly. We have some bread buns with pork belly in it. She points at one shelf in particular. Each piece of bread is individually covered in its own plastic wrap. Elaine glances over in that direction for a moment, but a moment, before looking back at Victoria. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have elaborated. I'm actually looking for something a little less processed. Okay. I think she's the real bad guy, okay? I think she's... And, that Naomi may be part of it? Or could be Naomi? She's... This is suspicious as fuck! When you go in asking for fucking raw meat? When you're new to town? I've been traveling for a while now, and it's been days since I've had fresh meat. In that case, I'd probably recommend swinging by the butcher shop. Can't miss it, it's right next to the library. If you see the owner's son, how you? Tell him I sent you, alright? Sure. She gathers up all her items into a bag and leaves the store, presumably to visit the butcher shop. I'm starting to get at the end of my robot talking. Hey, Elaine! What's going on? She left her wallet on the counter there. I'm gonna go return it to her, alright? Get back before Ma comes out of her office, or I'll never hear— There's her fresh meat! I've got my 8 Mountain Dew. Yeah. Bye, Benji. Morning. Hey, how's it going? She waves gently to Sophie, taking in the tired bags under her eyes and behind her glasses. In response, Sophie gives a slight shrug and stares down at her feet. She's kind of used to Sophie's demeanor at this point. Victoria knows it's not anything against her specifically. Sophie's always been a bit on the quiet side, but for the past year or so, she's really started to retreat into herself. Yeah, right, Falcon? Victoria isn't sure what really started it. And hey, maybe it's not her place to judge. For all she knows, Sophie is just more of an introverted person than her twin Peyton is, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even twins aren't carbon copies of one another. They're siblings that were born at the same time is all. I'm only gonna be here for a few minutes, alright? I've got a lot of work back at home. Victoria nods. Sophie isn't buying anything too out of the ordinary this time around, but Victoria starts to think. Would she know anything about shapeshifters? Sophie's always been one of those people who looked over her shoulder twice, so it couldn't really hurt to ask. What should we pick? Should we be like, hey, tell me about monsters. Carry on my wayward son. Save. Dora. Fine. You know what? Fuck it. This is day 4. We need some answers. Hey, what do you know about shapeshifters? I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Sorry, that sounds stupid. Tell me anything you know. It doesn't have to be what you think is real. It could be something out of a book. Is it for writing or something? Technically. I don't really like stories about shapeshifters. They always make me feel uneasy. Oh, yeah. Sorry I couldn't be a help this time. It's fine, don't worry. You know, no, we need more information. Have you met Elaine yet? Huh? She's from out of town. Came here because her dirt bike broke down in the middle of the road. Can't miss her. Super pretty eyes. Victoria sighs to herself. She was still a bit too sane to be going out and asking literally everyone she knows about shapeshifters. Most people were enough. She didn't have to sink her reputation even further. Oh, her. Never mind. This is gonna sound weird. No, it's alright. I'm listening. What's wrong? Sophie swallows thickly before glancing back and forth. Sorry, but Elaine wears me out. Gives me the creeps more like it. I think I'm onto something. Elaine is bad. Yeah? How come? She's so nice. See, that's the problem. She's too nice. Like, you know? Feels like she's doing that on purpose. I mean, yeah, most people want to be nice on purpose. Unless you're Esther, but she's a one-off. It's not that. You know when someone is loudly claiming they're the greatest at, like, playing the saxophone? That they're the best ever? But when they actually get into play something, they're awful at it? So they're insecure about it, but they start bragging they're the best? I think so? That's kind of what Elaine feels like. She's acting like she's the nicest person in the whole town, and it's at the point where I feel like she's trying to hide something. Huh. First I've heard of that. I never got that feeling around her. Are you sure you're... I'm serious! I almost never had a gut feeling lead me wrong. I mean, well, have you, like, actually talked to her? Because I did, and I never got that feeling. It's pretty brief, but yeah, I did. I really, really did. Something about her feels weird to me. Agree to disagree, but hey, at least you'll be heading out soon. I guess so. Without much else to say, Victoria finishes up Sophie's transaction and rattles off the final price. Have a good one. Phoenix! I'll try. Gonna beat up the MC. Benjamin's shoes click against the floor as he slams the door shut behind him. Couldn't find her? He doesn't meet her gaze. Hey, what's wrong? You sicken me. That's not Benjamin. Excuse me? Maybe Mom had a point. You can't do anything right. Hey! What are you talking about? Disgust and devastation crashed through her nerves at the sound of Benjamin's simple words. Am I wrong? Even still, Benjamin doesn't turn to face her. Maybe that's the worst part of this heel turn of a behavior. It's as if he's sick of her now that he can't stand... He's so sick of her now that he can't stand to look at her. Is that really you? Is that really you? Benjamin doesn't respond. Benji, do you really feel that way? Don't play dumb. And like that, Benjamin starts to walk away. As if he'd hoped to plant a seed of doubt in her head and let it fester, he keeps walking without stopping to look back. But something doesn't feel right. Victoria follows behind him. Where'd you get your lucky lighter from? Benji, answer me. She follows him all the way to the break room. His pace quickens, and soon enough he slams the door to the alleyway behind him as well. Victoria rushes to the doorway, but when she swings it open... He's gone? What? Where did he go? Where could he go? Oh my god, sorry. My nose is like super itchy tonight. Was that really Benjamin? Hey, Benji! The shop bell jingles behind her. Puffing her cheeks and dropping the issue for now, Victoria gives up and goes and drops the issue to go greet the customer. Welcome to Wang's convenience store. I'll be there in a second. Don't get excited. It's me. Huh? There he is again, standing right before her. Benjamin seems to be in spirits as high as they've been when he left. Nothing like what she's seen of him moments prior. It's weird. I completely lost sight of her. Elaine was kind of like walk shuffling. Then she went around a corner behind one of the shops and... Where'd you get your lucky lighter? What? Answer the question. Dude, it's a thing I got at the town fair when you were like 12-ish. We thought it was a breath mint pack or something. What's with you right now? That's the real one. Yeah, that's definitely him. But then who was that earlier? Did you come in here before a few seconds ago? Like in the store? While I was chasing Elaine down? Yeah, don't answer that. Sorry, I'm tired. She collapses into a nearby metal chair and scrubs her face with her hands. Sheesh. I'll talk to Mom about your schedule, all right? How much have you been sleeping? Not enough. God, Vic, I'm sorry. I really am. I'll see if Mom can give me some of your hours, all right? Sure. That thing came back again. What does it want? Why would it do this? Why me? Hey, Vic? Yeah? Who's Noah Henderson? And Victoria takes her face out of her hands. She can see Benjamin furrowing his eyebrows tight while opening the wallet that Elaine had left behind. Standing up, Victoria leans over Benjamin's shoulder to look through the contents of it. The ID put right in front of the leather belongs to a man in his 40s. His hair is graying and starting to thin out, and time has clearly not been kind to him. I was right, Elaine is the shapeshifter. This Loa looks nothing close to Elaine. She squints at the image, brow furrowing deep. What the hell is happening to this town? Sempsy, I should play that. Nothing makes sense anymore. Day 5. We made it to day 5 at least. Victoria is dead silent for most of the day. Her mind is filled with strange thoughts about death, false versions of those she loves, and Elaine. Elaine. The more she thinks about Elaine, the more she grows worried. Her worries are torn between Elaine's safety and the truth of her past. As much as she wants to trust Elaine, something in her mind draws her closer to an unsettling truth, but she still gives her the benefit of the doubt. Someone so sweet and lovely could never have such awful intentions, right? Girl. Maybe Noah is simply a family member of Elaine's. Her father? Elaine Henderson sounds like a nice name. It'd be weird to ask her about that, though. She already has one problem on her mind. The shapeshifter's interest in her. All she has to do now is wait. Benjamin goes on and on about how he met up with Hao-Yu the other day and how the butcher shop employee was griping all about all the meat that went missing last night. Was it a miscount? Neither of them knew. Okay, if Elaine isn't a shapeshifter, she's something. Afternoon, Vic. Hey, what's the matter? She tilts her head as Ivan pinches the bridge of his nose. There's a look of exhaustion behind his eyes, and it's certainly one that Victoria can resonate with. You know how it is. Shit's been bugging me and I need to pick me up. Oh yeah, no problem. Even as she grins and goes to work scanning in Ivan's stuff, the mention of something bugging him lingers in her head. What can he mean by that? She supposes there's only one way to find out. He's always been a direct person anyway. Now, what happened earlier? What happened earlier? You look tired. Bit of a long story. You sure you got time? I don't want to hold up the line or anything. Victoria finds her thoughts creeping back to Elaine and her sweet smile. In some strange way, she almost wants to admit that she doesn't have time, that she's waiting for someone soon. But in the end... Yeah, go right ahead. Not much to do tonight anyway. So, a few days ago, after the last time I swung by the shop, I was hanging out with a couple of friends of mine, right? Uh-huh. Anyway, one of them, Matt, he had to go grab something out of my bag from the other side of the field, so he left for a bit. When he came back, he seemed, what's the term? Off, I guess? Kind of felt like someone said some shit to him, so put him in dampened his mood, you know? Oh yeah, you can know, from history, I mean, we could all sullen like that if Esther started picking at her work. Yeah, just like that. Tried to ask if Matt was okay, but he snapped at us and told us he was fine. After that, we figured it was best to leave him alone for a bit, so we did, right? After a couple of minutes later, he just kind of gets up and leaves. Sounds like what Victoria went through yesterday. Weirdest part, he came back immediately afterwards and didn't remember a thing about it. Said he bumped into someone on the way and got lost because she looked like someone he used to know. Naomi. It's been eating me non-stop, like, what the hell was that all about? Thought he was taking the piss out of us, but Matt wouldn't drop it at all. Yeah, about that. I don't think that was Matt. Huh? His eyebrows quirk upwards in the cute little way Victoria's always gushed over, but this time she's too concerned to properly adore it. I'm going to be honest. I think there's at least some sort of shapeshifter or mimic lurking in Bridge Creek. I can't say for certain if Matt was that shapeshifter, but it sure doesn't sound like him. Huh. In a near instant, Victoria could feel a rock settling into her stomach. Now she sounds downright crazy. If she held back and didn't say a word about the shapeshifter, Ivan might have taken her seriously. Sorry, that's weird, isn't it? It is. You can ignore me if... No, it's fine. Just a bit to take in is all. Yeah. I don't have any advice except keep an eye out, I guess. Sorry. Mm-hmm. There isn't really much left to say after that. Fuck you, Ivan. Fuck you, pretty boy. Afternoon, Vic. Hey, how's it going? She looks up and gives a soft wave to Felix. It really could be better. The books again? Yeah, it's so stupid, I tell you. Yeah, I totally get that. Like, you said, how do you lose that many books in the mail? She scans the stuff, a few cans of beans and a bottle of soda as the memories of last night fill her mind. Who the hell is Noah? The name doesn't ring a bell to her. Who's to say Felix would know anything? Still though, what if Felix did know something? It couldn't hurt to ask, or even asking about shift. About a Noah Henderson, yes. Do you know anything about a Noah Henderson? About a who now? Henderson, first name Noah. About this tall? Here she gestures by waving her hand a few inches above the top of her head. Tora. Hey, Rose, how you doing? I know, probably, Wolfie. Dora. She always better anyway. Like, 40-something, gray hair? Yeah, no, never heard of the guy. Damn, it was a bit of a long shot, and Victoria didn't really expect much out of it anyway. No real skin off her nose. Yeah, that's what I thought. Why you ask? She lies to make herself sound like she's not a total creep peering into through strangers' wallets. Just wondering. Elaine mentioned him yesterday, so I can't help but ask. Okay, stupid question. Who's Elaine? Oh, you haven't met her yet? She showed up a few nights ago. Said her bike broke down. Oh, he would have, would he? Whoops, my finger slipped! Hey, perfect, we got him first. Felix first sweep, yes. Alright, let's ask, yeah, why didn't I ask the sci-fi kid about X-Files shit? Good God! Hey, what do you know about shapeshifters? You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a lot of interpretations out there. Well, they should be able to make really good copies of people, I mean. I'm not asking about mimics that can imitate voices or bodies poorly, but where you could only tell something's wrong after you talk to them. Reminds me of one I read about online once. No idea if it's world building for a story or some weird cryptid, but basically, they were talking about a race of highly intelligent and near perfect mimics that serve their creator, whatever that means. They don't think for themselves usually, and they only care about the goals of the creator. Sorry, crazy. Let me see. How long is the ad break? It's it's a minute. You know, I'll wait a minute for them. You little smirk, Phoenix. Yeah. Look. I just want to try at least get a decent ending. Yeah, there we go. We'll pass the time with Maxwell. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hope y'all are doing well. Trinket. Oh my god, there's still 50 seconds left. Okay, good. Yeah, get some rest, Phoenix, definitely. Lord knows I'm probably not going to. I was exhausted all day. Come home, I'm playing. This is a really good visual novel, like really fucking good. The hell out of that store, Dora. No, this surprised me with how good it's been. I mean, a lot of people have been saying some good things about it, but I mean, knowing Trinket as we do, I thought it would be, you know, entertaining, but I didn't think it would be like really engagingly entertaining. You know what I mean? I mean, not saying anything bad about fucking Phoenix at all, but or not Phoenix, but Trinket at all. But good lord. Is there a whole bunch of? No. I know that these two are 15, so I've been veering away from adult jokes. I haven't checked the press kit. Does it have more about? But it's cool. Yeah, you having a press kit is actually really fucking awesome. That's smart as fuck, honestly. Okay, anyway. Anyway, since now the ads are over, obviously. Mind you, I have no idea what the story of these things come from. It was really well written, though. I heard one of the only tells is the fact they can't copy memories. Wow, yeah, this sounds like a lot of what I'm thinking of. Oh! You know what series it's from? No, sorry. I'm trying to think up of things for my own writings, I guess. Press kit, Phoenix, is what you basically have that you give out towards the media, whether it be content creators or actual news sites or whatnot, about your game. Where you have things like logos, images of the game, what the game's about, small snippets, quotes, things like that, that actually are good for the media to have so they can put together certain things. Like, if I go to the press kit for this one, I could probably get the logo, you know? Where is the press? Oh yeah, there's gallery. So I could go to the gallery, like look, it's got logos there, it's got different things you could use for promo images. Yeah. A press kit should not be spoilers, though. $5 for the Game Jam version, $10 for the definitive version that Trinket has been working on since the Game Jam ended. You're into writing now? She lies to him again. I figured if I can't go traveling, I might as well write about people going on travels, you know? Makes sense. Victoria bites the inside of her mouth, lost in thought about Felix's quick spiel about the shapeshifters. Yeah, I personally would not put spoilers into a press kit. You want things that entice people, but not major spoilers. Because then you're spoiling it for the people that are going to be, you know, speaking it up the most. He did say he thought it was part of his story, but what if it wasn't? It seemed to line up with what she knew anyway. The rest of the transaction runs by pretty quickly after that. Be seeing you all right? Mm-hmm. I like the fact that the transactions are random. Hey, morning, Soph. Sophie stares down at the floor and fidgets with the hem of her sleeve. It really adds to the replayability, too. Morn. Hey, how's Peyton doing? She's fine, thank you. Benjamin's more familiar with the Choi sisters than she is. When she was around 14, he'd briefly dated Sophie's twin during his summer break. It didn't work out in the end, and they'd broken up by 16. Looking through everything that Sophie was buying, a few questions started to form in Victoria's head. There's a bunch of stuff that makes sense for Soph, her favorite cookie, pills for Peyton's sprained knee, but what really sticks out to her this time are... knives? That's right, multiple knives all wrapped up individually in their own packaging. Sophie isn't a violent person, and neither is Peyton, but Victoria doesn't think it's likely more than 3 knives would break at the same time. Felix is Sophie content! We've been subtle this whole time. I think we need to stay subtle. Everything good? Hey, is everything good? Sorry, you seem stressed as all. You and Peyton all right? Yeah, of course. Nothing's wrong at all. Her face is pulled into an expression that Victoria can't tell is a grin or a grimace. Anyway, would you mind hurrying it up a bit? Peyton and I are in kind of a rush right now. And just like that, Victoria can practically feel Sophie closing herself off from more prodding she could do. Yeah, sure. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I didn't mean to. No, it's fine. I really have to go, though. Oh, I picked the wrong one. Shit. Sophie shoves her purchase into the plastic bag over her shoulder before hurriedly tossing the money over to the counter. Hey, what about your change? Keep it, all right? Yeah, sure. She bites the inside of her mouth as Sophie rushes out of the store. Immediately, she starts to feel bad for pushing her like that. Victoria knew Sophie would be more on edge than usual, but hadn't expected this level. Talking so much has dried out my nose a bit, and I'm just super itchy. Good evening, Victoria. Hey. With her gaze shifting from Elaine to the cash register, the bags of cheap snacks that was placed on the counter, Victoria's own shoes, and back to the cash register, she finds herself pausing with one hand halfway raised to scan the barcode on the chips. I need to tell Elaine she's not safe here. I can't just let her get eaten by something, or something by whatever the hell that thing is. Is everything okay? You look ashen. Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. She scans in a can of soda that she's pretty sure is a few weeks out of date. Where did Elaine even find this? She's pretty sure Benjamin pulled all the expired stuff a while ago. It's all downstairs at this point. Bitch, the writing is on the wall! Some part of your mind seems to be somewhere else right now. It's that obvious, huh? I should do it. I should tell her. She needs to know. Is it about her? What? Victoria's gaze follows where Elaine gestures. Tears spring to her eyes at the sight of Naomi's smiling face on the missing persons poster. The one flyer that she'd convinced Ma not to take down was crinkled and peeling at the edges. Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't about her, but... Am I touching on a sore point? I'm sorry. Hey, no, you're good. You're all good. Actually, is it okay if I talk about her for a second? Of course. Were you too close? Oh, no, that's okay, Dora. Have a good night. Take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. A humorless chuckle worms its way from her throat. Close is an understatement. We were best friends. Inseparable, you know. I met her when I was 6 and we've been there for each other ever since. But then she... Was it really right to tell this stranger Naomi's story? Maybe if she got the word out enough, someone like Elaine could find the real Naomi. Right before she turned 15, there was an accident on the road. Some guy's truck T-boned the family car while Naomi and her dad were in it. Elaine brings a hand to her mouth. Naomi was fine, actually. Didn't even have, like, any whiplash, but her dad... Her silence was enough. Oh, no. Yeah. They never found who did it. Naomi and her mom were struggling for a while. The family used to own that hair salon down the street, but it was sold because they couldn't take care of it anymore. And then, like, a few months after it all happened, she... Biting the inside of her cheek so hard the tang of blood fills her tongue, Victoria shakes her head. She and her mom disappeared, just vanished into thin air. We searched for them as long as we could. But everyone kind of lost hope after months of nothing. We never even saw a trace of either. It's been 6 months now. That post is pretty much the only thing left from our searches. Victoria, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I truly am. Yeah, here we go. Well, no, we didn't know that either. That's our first revelation of that. It must have been agonizing, having something so essential to you and your very being ripped away from you as you realize it will never return. Sometimes I wonder if it's my fault, you know? She came running to my house the night before and started babbling something about how they were coming. The night was still so clear in her mind, as if it had only happened last week. Naomi's blue eyes filled with wild and panicked fervor, tear holes in her soul every time she remembers them. Even then, her memory wavers and fades around the corners. If she doesn't think hard enough, she'll forget how roughly Naomi had shoved her worn-out notebook in her arms, a notebook she'd never had it in her to read through. I don't think it was. You did everything you could, I believe. Yeah, but now she... Okay, this is the big choice thing. Do I warn Elaine? I should warn... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Elaine needs to know. Hey, listen, Elaine, can you come here for a second? Of course. She leans forward. Victoria begins to whisper quick in her ear. Get out of here. Right now, tonight, I don't care. Just get out. You're not safe here now. There's something prowling around Bridge Creek. It pretended to be Naomi a few days ago. I think it did something to her. It's been messing with everyone. All sorts of little things, but nothing as bad as what happened to your bike. And I think you... Before she can finish her warning, the store's glass door swings open and Esther comes barreling in. Victoria pulls away and frowns deep. Damn it! Resisting the urge to duck under the counter and pretend she's on a break, Victoria gives Esther a very forced smile. Hi, yes. Did you find everything today? No, I just walked in here. Well, that's okay. If you need help, I'm sure Benjamin would be more than happy to help you to find what you need. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna force me out. The auntie sent me here to get some more coffee before quilting club starts up. Coffee machines are right over there. Elaine, having been watching this interaction in silence, finally speaks up as Esther shuffles over to the coffee machine. Is now a bad time? Oh, no, of course not. Yeah, S and I, we just have a friendly little thing going on with one another. Some of us are friendlier, though. Gosh, you both seem pretty tense. Maybe it's best if I should leave now. No, it's fine. Vic doesn't know her place. S, I swear to God. You know, Esther, you should really watch what you say to people. Being kind never hurt anyone. I mean, if it was just the two of us and you were saying those things to me, I would gouge your rotten eyes out of your skull. Ha! I beg your pardon? What did you just say? That being kind never hurt anyone? No, after that. What did you say after that? Is it for something special? What? It's gone! What? I didn't? What are you talking about? The eye gouging? That you gouge my eyes out? Eye gouging? Are you both okay? We don't... I never said anything like that sort. I'd never talk about gouging someone's eyes out. You should both get some rest. I've heard auditory hallucinations are common with sleep deprivation. She said it, we read it, but when you go back into the history, The line is gone, Falcon. That's the creepy thing. That's a nice touch. It's not something you would notice unless you went into the history. It's a nice little touch. But I should probably leave now. Please stay safe, okay? Elaine takes her energy drink in one slender, tan hand, hooks her bag of snacks over her wrist, and leaves the store before either girl can protest. Once she steps out of the sidewalk and makes her way to the local motel, Esther and Victoria turn towards one another, same horrified and disgusted expression on their faces. You heard that, right? Yeah, I heard that. Elaine said she would have gouged your eyes out if I wasn't here. She seems so sure of herself. Shit, I don't know, Vic. Maybe we both dreamt it up. We dreamt the same thing at the same time? S, are you listening to yourself?
Huh?
Come on, Elaine's been nothing but nice to us all. Why would she make a threat and then deny it so much like that? In front of us both. Look, I don't know. I really don't. You know what? Why don't you skip the club tonight? Go home early or something. I would, but I'm in hot water with my Uma right now. I was planning on using the quilting club to let her cool off first before I go back home. S, come on. Look, I don't like you and you don't like me, but I've just got this bad feeling. Humor me just this once and I won't bug you anymore. This is an actual promise, no bullshit. Fine. How about a compromise, okay? I'll leave a little early, alright? 15 minutes. That should give me enough time to get home early. I gotta wake up tomorrow at 7 anyway, church and all. Yeah, sure. But you go right home, alright? Don't screw around, go straight home. Actually, no, don't walk home. Get your appa to drive you. You're really taking this a bit far. I've been on edge lately and this set me off, alright? Esther opens her mouth to fire back with a response, but pauses and closes it. To Victoria's shock, she looks worried. Actually worried. Before she can say anything else, Esther shakes her head and pouts. Whatever. I'm going now. I'll be late. Even as she chucks a few bills onto the counter, Victoria can't help but notice how Esther's hands fumble with her wallet and seem to almost shake as she slides it back into her backpack. Keep the change. Call it a tip. And, I know I've been a bit of an ass, but thanks for talking to me all the time. It really means a lot, especially when Uma gets in one of her moods. For the first time in her life, Victoria finds herself genuinely worried about Esther as she leans over the counter and watches the younger girl scurry out of the convenience store. Bye, Esther.